Aileen was a hardworking real estate agent living in a small town outside of Chicago. She took pride in her appearance, especially her long chestnut brown hair that fell to her mid-back in loose curls. Aileen's hair was her trademark. Clients would often comment on its beauty. One day, Aileen received a call from an unknown number. A distorted voice on the other end told Aileen he had evidence of an illegal real estate scheme that could jeopardize her career. The voice demanded Aileen shave her head or the evidence would be released. Aileen was shocked. She had done nothing wrong, yet this criminal had fabricated lies that could ruin her. After contemplating the demand, Aileen decided she would not cave to the blackmail. The next day, Aileen arrived at her office to find an envelope containing doctored paperwork implicating her in shady real estate deals. She now realized the seriousness of the threat. That night, Aileen made an appointment at a discreet barbershop on the other side of town. The next evening, Aileen entered the barbershop nervously. She asked for a complete head shave. The barber nodded sympathetically as he fastened the cape around Aileen's neck. Taking a deep breath, Aileen watched the first chunk of chestnut hair fall to the floor. The buzzing clippers made their way around her head, sending more hair cascading down. In 15 minutes, the barber dusted off Aileen's smooth, bare scalp. She looked in the mirror, shocked by her drastic transformation. But Aileen held her head high, knowing she had taken back control. She sent a photo of her shorn head to the blackmailer, determined to put an end to this invasion of her life. Aileen waited nervously for the blackmailer's response. A few days later, she received another call from the distorted voice. The criminal was outraged Aileen had gone through with the head shave. As punishment, the blackmailer now demanded Aileen visit a new barbershop every weekend for the next 6 months to get her head shaved again, each time sending a photo as proof. Feeling violated but resolute, Aileen complied. Each Saturday morning, she would drive to a different barbershop in a nearby town, asking for her regular shave. The barbers were always professional as they quietly removed what little stubble had grown back during the week. Aileen kept her head held high during the process. As the weeks passed, Aileen grew used to her smooth scalp. She started receiving compliments from clients, impressed by her confident new look. Without the burden of long locks, Aileen felt free to focus fully on her work. After 6 months, Aileen received one final call from the blackmailer. In a chilling tone, the criminal congratulated her compliance before hanging up. Aileen shuddered, hoping she had seen the last of the mysterious figure. In time, Aileen's hair grew back in soft fuzz. Aileen let her hair grow out for a few months after the 6 months of weekly head shaves. Her chestnut brown locks slowly returned, first as soft stubble before lengthening into a short pixie cut. Wanting to take back control, Aileen decided to start getting very short, stylish haircuts from her regular stylist. For her first post-blackmail haircut, Aileen asked for a tapered pixie with the sides and back clipped close with clippers. The top was left longer, about 1 inch in length. Aileen admired her edgy new look in the mirror, thanking her stylist. Over the next several months, Aileen returned to the salon every 4-6 weeks for even shorter styles. One time she got a sleek undercut pixie, with the bottom shaved smooth and the top finely textured with thinning shears. Next, Aileen went for a bold high and tight style, with the back and sides faded down to the skin. The top was cut super short, barely 1/4 inch long. Aileen loved how light and airy her head felt after having it buzzed so close. For her next haircut, Aileen was ready to go even shorter. She asked her stylist for a classic induction-style cut, with the whole head clippered down to a velvety, bald fade. Aileen grinned as she rubbed her completely smooth, exposed scalp. The buzzed style made her feel strong and empowered after everything she had endured. While Aileen occasionally grew her hair out in between very short cuts, she never let it get longer than a pixie. She embraced her love of ultra-short styles, no longer fearing the buzz of clippers. Aileen's head shaves now symbolized taking control rather than giving it up. Aileen continued embracing short hairstyles as a way to reclaim power over her appearance. She joined online communities of women with buzzed and shaved heads, finding support and inspiration. On the 1-year anniversary of her first forced head shave, Aileen decided to take back the experience fully. She booked an appointment at the same discreet barber shop, asking for a full head shave with a straight razor. As the barber carefully guided the razor over her scalp, Aileen closed her eyes and focused on feeling empowered. After she admired her slick, gleaming head in the mirror, the smooth shave was now Aileen's choice, a symbol of strength. She snapped a photo, thinking of the mysterious blackmailer who had put her through so much torment. Aileen imagined the criminal opening the photo, realizing they no longer had control over her. In the years since, Aileen continued periodically shaving her head when the urge struck her. Sometimes she would grow her pixie out a little longer before once again buzzing it down. The shaved style had become part of Aileen's identity. She was proud of how she handled the traumatic blackmailing experience. By facing her fears and reclaiming her style on her own terms, Aileen regained confidence. Her poised, bald-headed presence now commanded respect from clients and colleagues alike. She had proven that true power comes not from how much hair you have, but from within. Aileen's story of resilience inspired other women in her community. She shared her experience at women's conferences and in interviews with local media. Aileen wanted to break the stigma around baldness and empower others to embrace short hairstyles. She started a nonprofit organization called Bold and Bald that provided grants to women who wanted to shave their heads for the first time but couldn't afford a nice wig afterward. Her charity also gave free makeovers and photo shoots to newly shorn women, helping them celebrate their beauty. Aileen organized community events where groups of women came together to shave their heads in solidarity and support. The cathartic experience bonded them together as they admired each other's buzzed styles. When Aileen learned about women undergoing chemotherapy who were struggling to afford wigs, she started a wig donation program through Bold and Bald. The charity collected gently used wigs to gift to cancer patients to restore their confidence during treatment. Years later, Aileen walked by a barbershop window and spotted a young girl with a freshly shaved head grinning excitedly at her reflection. Aileen smiled knowingly, happy the next generation was embracing baldness without fear or shame. While the blackmail incident had been harrowing, Aileen was proud of the inspiring legacy she had created out of hardship. Her story gave women the courage to take control of their bodies and live boldly. Aileen's empowering story and advocacy work gained national attention over the years. She was invited to speak about her experience and Bold and Bald Foundation on talk shows and news programs. During one powerful interview, Aileen issued an appeal directly to her anonymous blackmailer, urging them to come forward. She promised forgiveness, wanting closure after all this time. A few days later, Aileen received a letter in the mail. Inside was a brief note scribbled in the same disguised handwriting as the original threat note years earlier. The blackmailer apologized for their actions, explaining they had faced powerful adversaries and resorted to desperate measures. They admitted regret and shame. Aileen was moved by the apology. She felt ready to forgive, letting go of residual resentment towards this person. It gave her peace of mind to close that difficult chapter. On the 10th anniversary of her first head shave, Aileen organized a major charity gala for Bold and Bald. At the event, she gave a heartfelt speech about her journey, empowerment, and learning to let go of the past. The audience was visibly moved. During the standing ovation, a figure in the back caught Aileen's eye. A person with a bald head nodded at her in solidarity before quietly slipping out of the gala. Aileen smiled, filled with gratitude for having turned hardship into purpose. Aileen's empowering story continued to inspire women around the country. She was invited to give a TED Talk about transforming hardship into purpose that received a standing ovation. One day, a young woman named Janelle came up to Aileen after a speaking event. She thanked Aileen, explaining that listening to her story gave Janelle the confidence to shave her head after losing her hair to chemotherapy. Janelle's parents had been horrified when she buzzed her hair, but Aileen's message of empowerment helped Janelle stand up to them. Moved, Aileen invited Janelle to be featured in the next Bold and Bald photo shoot. At the shoot, makeup artists transformed Janelle as she posed proudly with her gleaming bald head. Seeing the final fierce photos of herself, Janelle cried with gratitude. She now saw her beauty and strength. Years later, Janelle took over leadership of Bold and Bald when Aileen retired. The charity continued empowering generations of women to confidently shave their heads. One day, Janelle received a letter from someone named Allison. The woman revealed that she had been the blackmailer that tormented Aileen decades earlier. Allison came from an abusive home and got caught up with dangerous people when she was young. She said Aileen's forgiveness all those years ago changed her life. Allison explained she had been secretly donating to Bold and Bald for years, moved by Aileen's capacity to turn hardship into compassion. She wished she could thank Aileen in person, but was happy the charity lived on empowering women. Janelle was touched by Allison's letter. She wrote back thanking Allison for having the courage to share her story and inviting her to visit Bold and Bald someday. Aileen's grace had planted seeds of change that continued to grow even after she passed away. Her inspiring legacy lived on through the women she empowered. Years later, a major motion picture studio approached Janelle about making a biopic of Aileen's life. Though hesitant at first, Janelle agreed, knowing it would spread Aileen's empowering story even further. The studio cast a talented up-and-coming actress named Kira to play Aileen. Kira was known for her flowing chestnut brown locks, similar to Aileen's. To prepare for the role, Kira made the courageous decision to shave her head on camera for the promotional interviews. The buzzed style transformed Kira, helping her connect to Aileen's journey in a deeper way. She earned rave reviews when the biopic was released for her moving performance, showcasing Aileen's strength and resilience. On Oscar night, Kira took home the Best Actress award for the role. In her acceptance speech, she thanked Aileen for inspiring generations of women to embrace baldness with confidence. Looking out at the audience, Kira spotted Janelle with tears in her eyes. Next to her was an older woman with a shaved head. It was Allison. She had finally gotten up the nerve to visit Bold and Bald after all these years. The Aileen biopic inspired a whole new wave of women shaving their heads. Mothers and daughters came to Bold and Bald events together to buzz their locks in solidarity. Even some men started showing up to the head shaving gatherings, moved by Aileen's story. Decades after her first forced head shave, Aileens' legacy continued impacting lives. The hardship she endured sparked a movement that resonated across generations. Her story taught women the deepest strength comes from within, regardless of how much hair is on your head. Aileen showed that even the most painful experiences can be transformed to help others. By sharing her journey, she lit a spark that ignited change in countless women's lives. Hello, friends. I wanted to take a moment to thank you sincerely for watching my videos and engaging with my channel. Your views, comments, likes, and subscriptions mean the world to me and are what motivate me to keep creating content. If you're enjoying my videos, please consider sharing them with your family and friends. Word of mouth is so important for helping my channel grow, so I'd be grateful if you could tell others about me. And if there are any particular topics or stories you want me to cover in future videos, let me know in the comments. I love hearing your input. Your suggestions help shape the direction of my channel. Well, that's all for now. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for your support on this journey. I can't wait to continue connecting with you all through videos as the year continues. Until next time,